Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from tarotfreehealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your monthly reading. This is for December and it's for the Pisces sign. And I'm going to get straight into the reading. I'm going to be using the Handle Tarot. And so your first card, which is about your work and finances, you have the Four Wands with the Seven of Wands. Okay. What I kind of feel with these cards is it could be a case of the Four of Wands could represent having time to yourself after working really hard. So it can represent feeling successful in terms of like it's almost like you've done the hard work, now you can play a bit. So it's like a sense of feeling like you've done a job well done, and it's almost like you can enjoy some of the luxuries to that hard work. So this is a nice card to represent December, because obviously more people are going to be around their families and stuff like that, and are going to be taking time off and things. And so it's sort of saying that you can have a really nice respite like this season, in terms of just making up for time that maybe you haven't been able to spend with family and stuff like that. It can be a really nice time for that. And so that's something to really aim for, is just kind of chilling out and relaxing and not working so hard. But then the Seven of Wands is kind of saying that, I would say, even though like the Four of Wands has this sort of nice and sweetness to it, the Seven of Wands could be like it is a card of where you kind of you want to stand your ground, you want to talk up for yourself, you want to maybe set the record straight on something. So it could be saying, even though it could be really nice having this time with family, you may find that you might have a little bit of a run-in with maybe a member of your family or something like that. Maybe you feel like somebody is accusing you or something, or maybe coming down on you about something, and you're kind of going to be defending yourself and speaking up for yourself and saying, you know what, that's not the situation, or do you know what, you're not going to have a go at me and just ruin everything, in terms of our gathering that we've decided to have. But so I can kind of see that maybe there could be something going on in terms of family, or that kind of gets to you. But then because this is also like, I'm saying family because it is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands could be talking about family, but then because this is a work reading, it could also be saying that maybe this is something that is taking place in your work. Like maybe you find that your boss gives you a bit of stick, maybe for taking time off, or maybe the length of time you want off, or fours can speak of structure as well. Maybe it's got something to do with your working structure, the way you work, that maybe you commit yourself a lot to your work and you put a lot of energy into it, because we have two wands here. But then it's kind of saying that you're trying to defend yourself against something, so you're trying to stand up for yourself in some kind of way. And this could be in reference to maybe standing up for the work that you do and saying, you know what, I do work hard and I do deserve some time for myself and stuff like that. So it could be showing up that way. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here, and just sort of be careful with all this fiery energy when it comes to your delivery, when you are defending yourself, so that it's not coming off as aggressive or anything like that. But that's a bit of a mixed up reading. But yeah, it could be addressing family issues, but it can also be addressing work issues when I look at the cards. That's just what I get. So when it comes to relationships, you have the Hermit with the Seven of Swords, which is interesting. So this is your second seven. So you're going to be really thinking about yourself, or putting yourself first this month. That's how it could be coming out. And so even in a relationship, it could be a case of maybe you want to be put first, or maybe you feel like your partner isn't putting you first, or maybe you want your needs or wants to be heard or realized by your partner. But I feel like the Hermit is saying that somebody may be feeling a bit alone, or somebody may be spending some time by themselves. And in spending time by their self, it could be that it's I'm feeling like it's saying be careful of being selfish or only thinking about what your needs are, because I think it can maybe cause issues between you and a partner. I mean, fair enough, if you really do feel like, okay, there's something that is not fulfilling you in this relationship, then obviously do voice your concerns, but just always make sure that you're kind of being fair in terms of, what your expectations are of them as well. Or this reading could also be the other way around, like maybe you feel like your partner is the one that's being selfish and you're kind of the one that is kind of being just left, you know feeling unsatisfied. So it can go either way, but whoever this person is that is representing this kind of swords energy, it could even be dealing with your part with somebody that is your there's feelings there between you and this person, but you may find this person to be quite hard to deal with at times, because maybe they're quite harsh in their delivery and what they say to you, or maybe they're kind of a person that just feels like they may be out for their own self, or out for whatever they can gain out of this situation. So, but the hermit is kind of saying that you are wise, and maybe this is an experience you've been through before in the past, either with this person or with somebody else, and it's kind of saying you kind of do know how to deal with the situation. But I feel like it's that you have to speak up for yourself. And also, I'm really drawn to the fact that the hermit in this card, his arms are wide open, which is kind of telling me like somehow the hermit is not a card of control at all, because the hermit is just more about trying to being in search of something, a higher spirit or higher power, or being wise and stuff like that, as well as other things it represents. But then I kind of feel like it's saying that you don't want to be stuck in a negative situation with somebody else, and it's like you want to be free of a negative situation. And if you're finding that you're seeing sort of the ugly side of somebody that you're close to, it's like you're kind of going to be repulsed by that, and you're kind of going to feel like, what, I just want to be free of this situation. And I don't think being free necessarily means that you're going to separate from this person. I feel like you just need a sense of maybe feeling more liberated, or feeling like you can voice your opinion, maybe without seeing this ugly side of this person. Like, that's just kind of what I'm seeing here. So yeah, when it comes to, oh, we have a reversal. I don't really do reversals generally, but sometimes, like, if it just I feel like, because I try to avoid reversals coming up, sometimes I feel like when they do show up, it's because they really do have something they mean to say. So in this case, for those of you that are single, you have the Fool reversed. And that's interesting, that because I didn't actually notice that the Fool is even in this reading, even though I pulled the cards up, but I didn't really take the time out to look at them until I actually started talking to you about the cards with the camera rolling and everything. And so it's interesting that with the Hermit, I was kind of getting this feeling of wanting to feel liberated, and then you have the Fool, which is another card that is about kind of liberation and freedom, but in this case it's showing up reversed. So it's and then you have the Two of Cups, which is the card of love, which is a really beautiful card in this deck. It's really gorgeous, really nice. And so again, it's like it follows the same pattern to almost what I was saying before, to those of you that are in relationships. Like, there's some of you guys that I feel like you need some, you are not feeling like you have the sense of maybe freedom. Maybe you feel like your partner is a bit dominating. I don't even mean to laugh in saying that, but I don't know, it could be like maybe you feel like your partner is a bit dominating, or doesn't give you your space. Or it could be a case of maybe you're just feeling like, you can't be yourself the way you want to be, because of somebody else. And even if you're single, it seems that there's still this kind of issue of being of searching for something. But then with the Fool, it's like the Fool reverse could be saying that maybe you're feeling stifled, maybe you want a sense of new beginnings or something new, but then it's not really happening, it's not really coming about. But then the Fool is also about taking chances and taking a risk, and maybe in certain cases you don't want to take a chance or take a risk, and then that is avoiding maybe love coming into your life as well. So it could be showing up that way. Or again, it could be saying that maybe there's a sense of not feeling the sense of freedom that you like to feel, or that you'd want to feel in a relationship as well, or by somebody else that maybe you're interested in. Um, So yeah, and to me, it's like it looks like kind of like a peacock that this bird is, and to me, peacocks kind of represent, beauty, because especially the male peacocks, they have all the beautiful decorative feathers and stuff, and they are like almost they are the ones to attract the female, and so these cards could be talking about the type of people that you do attract, or that you do maybe it could be that kind of situation. Maybe you're not attracting the kind of people that you want to attract, or be around. Like maybe you have a certain type, but you're kind of finding recently that maybe that type isn't really what is coming to you at this time, um as well. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting with those cards. Let me move on to your spiritual cards. Your spiritual cards, you have the Six of Swords, which is science, and you have the Five of Swords. It's so weird how cards are showing up together in this deck. I'm telling you, like, these they are shuffled. Like, I just can't believe some of them are coming up together. But the Six of Swords with the Five of Swords is kind of telling me, um it's like when you want to move into a new phase of things. This is a card of like almost like you've been through the difficulty, and you kind of need the time to kind of just for things to progress, for things to get better, but it's a very gradual progression. And it's almost like sometimes this card, when you see it in some decks, it can almost feel like there is some sense of either a loss or a small sense of grief with this sailing away almost of a situation. Like you've been through the turmoil, and it's almost like that time of recovery. And then with this card, it's like defeat. So it could be saying maybe that's what you're needing. Maybe you need to recover from feeling defeated, or feeling like you've had some kind of conflict or battle with somebody else. Maybe you need to have that time where there is this break, and then the healing can kind of start to take place. Or like being the order that these came in, it could be that that's what you're sailing into, a conflict or an issue with somebody else. But I'm kind of feeling like for some of you guys, you may have already been on edge from dealing with another conflict from the past, and then something else may be coming through that is challenging you. So you may be feeling like all these challenges are kind of showing up, and you're not even getting the chance to even take a break and take a deep breath and be like, okay, finally something is getting better. It could just be like things are like happening like one after the other, and it just might be tiring, like dealing with all these challenges. um so yeah, so spiritually you might have to be, like they say, a bit of a spiritual warrior in terms of sort of getting through all what is happening and taking place. um so yeah, peace and many blessings to you, Pisces. I'll be seeing you. Bye.